It's the most wonderful time of the year. Greetings, my sentient beans. It is I, the one and the only. And before the speed paint starts, I want to provide a little bit of context for what I'm doing. You may know this if you have seen my touring my old sketchbook video, but I'm going to explain some stuff here as well, in case you haven't. You should go watch that, by the way, it's really funny. If you want to see the speed paint and skip my lovely commentary, you can go to this timestamp. Anyways, so when I was 10 years old, I started to watch Bleach. I don't know what pushed me to make this decision. I just saw this orange-haired man, and I was reading the summary, and I thought his name was pronounced as Ichigo. Ichigo. Yes, I thought his name was Ichigo. Ichigo Kurosaki. So then, a couple months after I turned 10, I started getting into art. Because, you know, when I saw Bleach, I realized how beautiful and how lovely the art was. I was just obsessed with how awesome the characters looked. And it just really clicked in me to just sit down and draw a picture of Ichigo. So one day, on some random day in June or July, I don't know because I never dated this picture correctly, I think I wrote the random blurb saying, made sometime in June or July when I was 10, several months later. So it's a little funky looking. However, when I made this drawing, everything clicked into place. And then that's how I have become the not so smart, not so artsy artist out there. Yeah. Anyways, so as a tradition every year, I make a little happy birthday Ichigo drawing for July 15th. So this year, I thought it would be really funny to revisit my old art and redraw it. Specifically, the first ever drawing I've ever made of Ichigo. So before the speed paint starts, I want to roast this drawing. I mean, look at this. Look at him. What is wrong with him? And I also did do another redraw in 2018. So this was around 7 years ago in 2015. And then I made another redraw in 2018 that looks worse. We're going to talk about them right now. Starting with the 2015 one. Cue the roasting! Listen, Ichigo, I love you. I love you a lot. But what the f is this? First of all, what is wrong with your hair? Why does your hair look like it literally is just a bunch of shredded carrots that someone threw on your head? What is that hairline? What is wrong with the back of your hair? 10-year-old me, what were you doing? Could you have at least made his hair look a little bit better? I know drawing Ichigo's hair around the little point where it turns is a little tricky sometimes, but what is this? It even looks like he has a mullet, a crappy looking mullet. He looks like he's looking up. Why does he look constipated? He looks constipated. He has that stiff model face that looks like he's about to take a shit, but he's trying to hide it from everybody. What is up with his neck? Why is it so thick, and then it just wobbles all weirdly, and then you have that random line that shows the throat and everything else. It's just so bad. And the coloring, oh my goodness. I know I did not have Copic markers when I was 10, but for God's sake, could you have at least colored inside the lines? Could you have at least blended the colors? I'm being a little bit harsh, but this is really funny to me, so I'm gonna continue on. I know this was the first drawing that I ever made, so maybe I should be a little lighter on myself. But no, for comedic reasons, no. The random arrow pointing to Ichigo, just saying Ichigo Kurosaki, that's so funny. It's like, yes, we all need to know that this is your husband. Also, they're just random lines, because, you know, I was supposed to draw the circle for the face, and then the lines, and then that's how you draw, obviously. But I did not even erase those properly. I didn't even bother to erase them. You can just see a line through his nose. For a dumb 10-year-old trying drawing for the first time and drawing from some crappy Ren tutorial online, this is actually not... Actually, no, it is really bad. By the way, I could not find the tutorial that I copied for this. So you're gonna have to bear with me because it was a very specific tutorial and it was this exact pose of Ichigo just looking up at nothing. Anyways, time to roast the 2018 redraw version. You know what? I've had 3 years of drawing experience under my belt at this point. I did this with colored pencils as well, because I had them at the moment. And you know what? This is definitely somewhat of an improvement, but it's also not. Like, first of all, what is wrong with his face? He has potato head. His eyes are so far apart, he could be a hammerhead shark. His nose? Why is his nose so fat? I sent a picture of this on Discord to one of my friends, and one of them just said this in response. Exactly, his nose is out of this world. What is that? Not trying to insult people with big noses, by the way. FYI, I have a big nose too, so don't cancel me for making fun of this very, very non-proportional, incorrectly drawn, enormous nose on Ichigo. Okay, big noses are cool. And his throat looks really awful. Is it even a throat? It literally is just a random diagonal line connecting his head to his shoulders. It's just... it looks so bad. I thought the anatomy kind of improved, but then after a closer look, I feel like it got kind of worse. It's not even in Ichigo's proper form. The 2015 one clearly indicates that he is in his first Bankai form, in which he looks like Batman. Very hot, yes. But in the 2018 version, he looks like the version of himself that appears first in the Bleach manga and anime, where he has that weird belt-looking thing and the sword covered in the bandages or whatever. Yeah, it isn't any better, but that's okay. Therefore, for this year's version of Crazy Girl Draws Picture of Fictional Husband for his fictional birthday, I decided to redraw the first drawing that I've ever made of something anime related that got all the gears turning. Tite Kubo has honestly been a very big inspiration to me throughout my whole art life. And so has Ichigo. As you all know, I am a crazy Ichigo fangirl. A bit creepy, to be honest, but it's okay because he's just a character, so nobody should get me for this. Every year, I do make a drawing for Ichigo. Last year, the drawing that I made for Ichigo actually got damaged? I made a drawing of Ichigo on the Ichigo body pillow, so my friends and I have this inside joke. Well, technically it's more of an inside joke with just me because my friends think it's very annoying, but it's okay because they're right, but I like being annoying, so it's fine. But I have this little joke where my catchphrase is basically Ichigo body pillows. Yes, Ichigo body pillows. I really want an Ichigo body pillow or an anime body pillow, but they're really expensive and I don't think I have room for those on my very small bed. It's really embarrassing how it got damaged, but I accidentally spilled water on it and then I had to throw it away because it was just all smudged and the paper was just... there was no going back and I was really sad about that. So that video lives on. You should go watch it, by the way, because I had a lot of fun making it. Wow, I love self-promoting myself many times in a video. This is what business is like. Every year there's this thing called Anime Expo where a lot of anime fans meet together to look at anime stuff. It's a very big convention, and this year, a couple weeks ago actually, they showed a trailer for the 1,000-Year Blood War arc for Bleach because they're finally animating the final arc of the manga, and holy heck, that trailer was absolutely gorgeous. I freaked out a million times when I saw all of the characters. Well, not all of the characters, but a lot of the characters that I liked. To be honest, that trailer did not really show that much. It was just showing, you know, a couple of the Soul Reaper characters, a couple of the Quincy characters, and then there's a lot of other characters that people really like, but I feel like their existence is kind of a spoiler, so I don't really want to get too much into it, but it's really exciting because it was just so awesome, and the music was great, and the animation truly got an upgrade. It was just so beautiful, and I was obsessed with how it looked. I got to see my Ichigo in 8K, not 4K, 8K, because that's how beautiful the animation was. You should totally check it out. It's on YouTube. You can watch it a million times for free. Recently, I've been finishing up the Can't Fear Your Own World series, and I really liked it. If you don't know, Can't Fear Your Own World is a trilogy spin-off light novel series from Bleach that takes place after the end of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and it's really nice, and it was actually a lot of fun to read and to see a lot of the focus on characters that weren't really as prominent in the manga. I mean, they were prominent in the manga, but they weren't, you know, the main focus. If anyone's interested, I will totally make a review video or make some fan art of some of the characters, especially the villain. Oh boy, I don't want to spoil, but it gets a little interesting. I used colored pencils for the artwork that I've made previously. However, I don't really like colored pencils. I decided to use Copics instead because it's been forever since I've made Copic artwork and I really wanted to use them. Plus, Ichigo looks way better in Copic markers. I even decided to include the arbitrary arrow pointing to Ichigo as well as the label saying that I made this in 2022. Just to keep the vibe, you know. I also decided to keep him in his original Bankai form, mainly because he reminds me of Batman, and also because there's literally a scene in the manga and anime where Aizen, one of the villains by the way, just puts his hand on Ichigo's booba and is like, I can touch your heart by putting his hand on his booba. Yes, I said that. This is so cursed. I'm so sorry. There are a couple of things that I don't really like with the drawing itself. Like, I was trying to make it look like he was standing at an angle instead of just it looking like the camera was facing directly at him, just to add a little bit of spice to the drawing. But I kind of feel like I messed up a little bit on the shoulder position, but that's okay because I'm still working on things like perspective and foreshortening. But I really do like how this came out. It's kind of nice to see how far I've come when it comes to art. Like, you know, I started off as some dork who drew Ichigo pictures in her bedroom, still drawing Ichigo pictures in her bedroom, but they're better Ichigo pictures, and that's what matters. Oh wow, look at that! The video is about to end! Yay! Thank you so much for keeping up with my wacky upload schedule and for continuing to watch my videos and support me, even though my upload schedule sucks and it's probably not gonna get any better, but it's okay because we're working on it. I hope you enjoyed listening to my cringy commentary about this drawing and Ichigo and everything else, to be honest. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more chaos. Check the links in the description to find more of my websites, such as my Instagram and my Redbubble, because I have merch. Yay! Shameless self-promotion. Therefore, stay smarty, stay artsy, Bankai, and have fun watching the trailer and watching the actual Thousand Year Blood War arc anime that will come out in October. Yay!